Hey there, Taurus. Welcome to your reading for mid-July 2021. Taurus, we are going to jump right in here and take a look at what is going on for you at this time, and that'll be that. So make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. Also, make sure to only follow the social media accounts that are linked down below. There are a lot of scammers pretending to be me, scamming people out of money. So I will never ask you for money. I will also never offer personal readings. So make sure you don't get scammed. But Taurus, very interesting. You're the second sign that has had this Fates card right here. For these mid-monthlies already, and so that's interesting. Again, for those of you that ask if I shuffle these decks in between, I do. Again, someone just had that card, the Fates card, and you have it again. So there you go. There's proof that I shuffle, I guess. But what I would say here is that this is a very interesting reading. You start off with the opportunity card. You end with yourself, the Hierophant. So it's like you're coming up in a very, there is an opportunity for you to get a lot of attention, I would say. This Fates card, it kind of reminds me of the Star card. There's like a giant star on this card. She's also kind of like loving herself here on this card. Star card, we could say, is a card of like loving yourself, taking care of yourself, nurturing yourself, after a tower moment, right? So I feel for some of you that there's like an opportunity for you to kind of like have your glow up. Again, second sign that it's had this. It seems like the glow up energy is back. I feel like it went away between like May, June, kind of that good glowing energy that I kept getting in readings for a while seemed to have disappeared. I feel like it's back, and there could just be an opportunity for you to do that. You have the Hangman, the Knight of Cups, the Five of Swords, and the Seven of Pentacles here. For some of you, I'm getting like the words abrupt change are popping into my head. But I feel like this was maybe in a relationship where it's like something changed very quickly. For some of you, I'm getting like a weird story that maybe you went out with a person where it seemed like it was going in the right direction, but then it changed. There was a very rapid change, I feel. And so I feel like for whatever reason, normally those messages don't seem important, but what I would say to you is that maybe it's important because, again, maybe it affected you, like, mentally. It's like sometimes I think, it can hurt our ego, right? If we go out with a person, we think it's going well, but it's, like, actually not. And, I feel like you're not so, for some of you, if that happened to you, it's like I don't think you care about the loss of the person because it's like, to me, this looks like just intuitively, it looks like one of those situations where maybe you just went out with someone like a few times, so like there really wasn't much of an attachment, but I feel like it's more of like the hurt ego thing here. And, maybe it hurt, kind of like your thoughts about yourself or something in some way. But I feel like this is more a reflection on that person, is what I would say to you. Knight of Cups to me could actually just be a person who does that. So I feel like for some of you, it's like if that happened to you recently, I feel like it's just a person who just runs away, basically, is what the Knight of Cups is saying to me. Knight of Cups has no follow-through. On the negative side of things, the Knight of Cups can be a person who just doesn't see things through to the end, and that's kind of like what I'm getting here. So some of you, it's like could have had an experience like that. For others, I feel like this could be in other things as well, because I have other stories popping into my head as well here, Taurus, like if you started a business with a person, maybe someone up and quit or whatever. It's almost like this person is afraid to follow through on things. It's definitely popping into my head. I feel like this is something that could have happened in the past as well. What this row is saying to me is, I basically feel like it's saying don't quit. Five of Swords to me, and some Five of Swords in some decks, there's like a white flag, like in the Deviant Moon Tarot, for example, there's a white flag in the back of the Five of Swords. And again, I feel like it's kind of like saying don't quit on something just because someone, didn't follow through, like someone else didn't follow through, right? I feel like this is almost, it's like a very empowering energy. You show up as yourself here at the end. I feel like the reading itself is saying you are perfectly capable of accomplishing something on your own. Here in a lot of ways. So I feel like you need to realize that. That does not mean that, you can't get people to help you. That does not mean that you shouldn't work on a team. I just feel like it's saying whatever opportunity you were working towards, whether it was love, money, business, whatever, whatever you were working towards, I feel like this is saying like you have enough to accomplish it without anyone else. So let's see where this is going here For you, Taurus, you have the High Priestess. Could have been a Pisces. That you keep getting Pisces in your readings, which is interesting. I don't know how I feel about the whole Taurus-Pisces thing. I always say, to me, I think sun sign compatibility is ridiculous in the first place because it's like someone is not just their sun sign, number one. And number two, it's like I always get comments from people who are like, I would never date a Pisces. I would never date an Aries. I would never date a whatever. And I'm always like, well, you're lumping all those signs together. And what you have to realize is it's like some sun signs, they learn their sun sign, right? So they embrace the highest version of the energy. So they're going to be much better than, let's say an Aries that hasn't learned how to deal with the energy. It's like those are two totally different things. So it's like to write off an entire sign is a recipe for being single for the rest of your life. I have people who have been commenting literally since like day one of my channel 6 years ago, over 6 years ago now, that still comment, I will never date a Taurus. I will never date a whatever, X, Y, and Z. I'm like, that's why you've been single for 6 years. Right there. Plain and simple. You're telling the universe, by doing that, you're basically saying to the universe, I don't want love. Because it's like the universe could have a perfect Aries for you or whatever. Is what I would say here. Sorry, rant over, Taurus. But what I would say here is, I do feel for some of you could have been dealing with like a flighty Pisces, right? And, that could be what ran away here. Star card, there you go. Like I said, star energy for sure in your reading. In a lot of ways, it's just kind of like a glow up reading for you here, Taurus, because it's kind of like I feel you're learning that certain things, maybe there is no reason why things happen. It's almost like the best way I could sum up this first row that I've been babbling on about here is it's almost like you're not taking things personally. Maybe you have been taking things personally. Maybe you feel like things have been very personal, but it's almost like you're realizing, it's like, wait a minute, like all these things have been taken personally. It's the other person. It's not me. And I feel this sense of empowerment here in your reading. It's like by realizing that, it's like you're kind of like you're taking control of your destiny. I recommend people do this anyway. It's like when you blame other people for your problems, you're just allowing them to have control over your life, right? So by taking responsibility here, but also by saying, if someone doesn't like me, that's on them. It's not on me, right? And all this other stuff. By kind of like, making yourself the center of the universe here, it's like you're taking all your power back. So this is very empowering. Yeah, you have the Two of Pentacles as well. To me, very flighty, indecisive energy. Again, sometimes I think like the universe might give me a bunch of, I'm a Pisces, right? So if you're a Pisces and watching this and you're offended, what I would say here is I'm a Pisces. I'm making fun of myself here with what I'm about to say here. But Taurus, what I'm going to say is that sometimes I think the universe maybe presents a sign like this, like Pisces, for example, in a reading. Maybe you haven't been dealing with a Pisces. I feel like it's more like the universe is like saying these are the traits that you could have been dealing with a person. So I feel like you could have been dealing with a very indecisive person in the past, someone very flighty, back and forth, like all this other stuff, who couldn't make up their mind. And it's like you're taking your power back from that situation, is what I would say to you. For others, I feel like you're kind of realizing it, outside of love is what I would say here is it's like you're realizing that certain things, like external things, don't matter, right? And I feel this is very empowering is what I would say to you here. It's almost like you're you're kind of like protecting yourself from, external thoughts. It's like if you have a YouTube channel, for example, it's like you're going to get a crap ton of hate comments. It doesn't matter. You could be doing the most harmless thing possible, and you're going to get a ton of hate comments on YouTube, right? And it's like I see a lot of YouTubers who really care about what people say, and then there's the ones that don't care what people say, no matter what. And it's like usually the ones that don't care, kind of succeed the most because it's like they're blocking out the noise. That's kind of like the best way I could describe the energy here in this first row. Is I feel like you're kind of blocking out the noise. For whatever reason, I feel like it's creating an opportunity for you. Probably because, again, if we listen to like all the noise in our lives, it's like usually that's what drags us down, right? And so I feel like by blocking out the noise, it's like lifting you up. Look, you have this staircase going straight up. It's like you're ascending with this energy here, Taurus. Very powerful. You have the Fates card here. Again, like I said, I don't remember who, but one of the other signs had this card. I really don't remember, but it was like, I think it was one of the water signs, doesn't matter. But what I would say here is that I feel, in a lot of ways, I feel this really isn't talking about fate for you. I was getting more the star energy where it's like you're learning to, take care of yourself. Like, again, that's what really stands out to me. She's like hugging herself here. It's like she's only caring about herself. I feel like I do feel a selfish energy here. But what I would say to you is you have two cards here, other than that, that represent selfish energy. Five of Swords, Queen of Swords. To me, selfishness is a word that has been, bastardized by, I don't know, society, whatever. It's like we're taught that we shouldn't be selfish. And I'm not saying that you should be, like, hoarding everything and all this other stuff, right? Balance, right? I feel like everything needs to be, people need to start doing things in balance. And I feel this is talking about selfishness in the positive way. It's like you're kind of keeping your energy to yourself. I feel like you're healing yourself so that you can give in the future. I always say you can't give from an empty cup, right? And so, to me, the whole, giving of energy it can be very, very toxic in a lot of ways. And so I do get like a selfishness here, but in a good way. Like I said, it's like you're taking care of yourself, healing yourself, making sure you have the energy you need to do the things that you need to do in life. And again, Five of Swords is a card of taking care of oneself. It is a card of selfishness. And the Queen of Swords also. So you have the Queen of Swords, King of Swords, and the Two of Pentacles here. I do get this thing about a stalemate popping into my head. Queen of Swords, King of Swords. To me, they are divine counterparts, but there is also a stalemate between the two of them. To me, they're like the worst divine counterparts. For some of you, if you're not communicating with a person, I feel like it's a stalemate. It's like two people who are not opening up to each other. So it could be this past person, could be a new person. And I would say if you want to communicate with this person, then you're probably going to have to be the one to open up. I'm not saying that you should. I'm just saying that this person is looks very stone-faced to me. So it's like two people who aren't communicating. For most of you, I feel like you're just moving on to new love, Knight of Pentacles right here. But it's like you do have the choice, is what I feel like the universe is saying with this Two of Pentacles down here. So again, that's for some of you. For others, this to me is just you kind of getting into this. This is your center card. I personally read the center card as the most important card in this 9-card spread. And what I would say here is that I feel like you're kind of stepping up into this position of power with the King of Swords. King of Swords might be my favorite king, because he has like wisdom. He has the most wisdom out of all the kings, and you have the Hierophant, which is another card of wisdom. So it's kind of like you've learned from a lot of things that you have been through. Let's see where this is going, Taurus. You have the Judgment card here. Let's keep going. You have the King of Swords again. Basically, the universe saying I meant what I said. And you have the Seven of Pentacles here as well. Like I said, for most of you, it's funny because like I'm seeing this Queen of Swords as you. It doesn't matter if you're male, female, whatever gender you identify as. Doesn't matter, right? I feel like this is just your energy that is coming up here. I feel like the Judgment card is saying you would have to be the one to communicate with a person who maybe you've kind of gone ghost or whatever the hell you kids call it nowadays. I don't know, right? But what I would say here is I feel like there's like a stalemate between you and someone else. Probably this person over here. Maybe you went on a couple dates, didn't really work out. I feel like you could reinitiate this if you wanted to. Basically, we have choice in life. We have free will. And I feel like that's what the universe is reminding you of here, is that you have free will. Most of you, I feel, will choose to move on towards someone new. Pretty clear as far as I'm concerned. For the rest of you, again, it's like by taking care of yourself and putting yourself first, making yourself the center of the universe. Judgment card, you're waking up to your true purpose, which again is very, very powerful here. I feel like you're this is a more inward facing energy where you're kind of focusing on yourself, like I said, basically. I feel like this is going to lead to your glow up here, Taurus, Hierophant right here. So it's kind of like a little bit of a glow up energy. I feel like you're growing and glowing with this energy as well. I feel like you're ascending in a lot of ways with this card. You have the Knight of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles here with the Justice card, and the Nine of Pentacles. Pre-Empress energy, glow-up energy, empowerment energy, right? Independence. So it's like you're becoming very independent in a lot of ways. Again, the Ace of Pentacles is an opportunity. The Justice card probably came out with the Ace of Pentacles because justice is basically cause and effect. It's like the Ace of Pentacles doesn't exist. It's just like the universe is like saying, here's an opportunity for you right here. And the Knight of Pentacles, he's looking at it. He's looking at the opportunity, right? There's the pentacle. He's holding on to it. But it's like he has to put in the effort. He has to be the one to make it happen. He has to do the things to move forward. He has to do the things he needs to do to progress, right? So I feel for a lot of you, Knight of Pentacles is saying you do need to progress here. If you want to find more success, or there could be opportunities for you to progress with the Knight of Pentacles. The Justice card here, again, I feel like it's saying that whatever opportunity is being given to you here, it's like you're gonna have to put in the work with the Justice card. It's cause and effect, like I said. Nine of Pentacles, long-term abundance. I do feel that, like I said, I'm cheating because Uranus in your sign. I've talked about this before. To me, this is like one of the most significant things that will ever happen for you, Taurus, is having Uranus in your sign. It will never happen again in your life, unless, we all turn into robots and live like for millions of years or something, but could happen, right? What I would say here is that it'll never happen again, right? And it's a pretty big opportunity for you to gain a lot of freedom. And again, I feel like this freedom that you're gaining in your life is by focusing on your own needs, wants, and desires, is what I would say here. And you have the Ace of Swords, major victory coming in for you. 2 aces is a definite yes. You have the Six of Pentacles. Again, very similar to Justice card. He's holding a scale over here, deciding where he's going to put his energy. So I feel for a lot of you, I would say, yes, you should put your energy into new things. Doesn't matter. Could be new love, new project, new business. I would say that whatever it is, it's all about you. And that's how you will know what you should be doing at this time, is something that's all about you, right? Something where you're the center of the universe. And you have the Ten of Wands here as well. It's like you're coming to the end of a very long journey. A journey that has been, has created a lot of burdens in your life here, Taurus. So I do feel like you've experienced a lot of burdens in your life, but it's like this reading is just saying you're about to have your glow up, plain and simple. So I definitely like these simple readings. I do feel like it's saying like don't give up on something, like especially if you've been, I would say like this is more project wise or some sort of opportunity that you shouldn't give up on. I would say that with the Knight of Pentacles, it's probably something that you've thought about working on for a long time. Like if you've been thinking about working on a project, you've been thinking about it for a while, and you probably are maybe not moving forward with the Knight of Pentacles because, sometimes the Knight of Pentacles can say we have an idea, like to write a book or to start a business or to whatever, or to move, to travel, to go start a life somewhere else, right? I feel all those things for you, Taurus. And the Knight of Pentacles is a little bit of cautiousness because, it's like you're thinking, Knight of Pentacles is a lot of work. Knight of Pentacles is this right here, 10 of Wands. It's like whatever you're doing, it's going to require a lot of work. But Ace of Swords says that you will have a victory. So I would go for it. For those of you involved in something legal, by the way, this could be a settlement. Ace of Swords, Justice, Six of Pentacles. With the Ace of Pentacles, that's like a settlement offer. Judgment right here. There could be some sort of settlement or judgment if you're dealing with something legal. But this is amazing. Love it. So thank you for watching, Taurus. Looks really good. Make sure to watch your Sun, Moon, and Rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. Also, feel free to like and subscribe. Really appreciate the support. But thank you, Taurus, and definitely enjoy your month.